And now, as the dice roll, brought to you today by Big Kahuna Tropical Boxer Briefs. No one hides your tropical bits like the Big Kahuna.
Previously on What Is Not. What do you mean the events at the comic book shop never happened?
Now we have a 6-year-old girl who's not sleeping because of monsters.
Maybe a good place to start would be like me talking to Margot.
What do you know about this stuff?
I know it sounds weird, but I'm sure you guys have heard about some of the stuff that's been going on in town.
We actually have something to show you. Joy has not been sleeping well for the past week, and we put a camera in there and we saw this. What comes up from behind the bed is this sickly, skinny, what looks like a grinning person. In the sand of the Mojave Desert in California, off historic Route 66, sits a small desert town called Baghdad.
We have some ancient prophecy that something bad's going to go down in Baghdad.
It's a town of shadows and secrets,
Things aren't as they seem, but we're still not quite sure what's going on.
where bumps in the night aren't the house settling,
trying to find answers.
and the monster under your bed lies in wait for your foot to leave the safety of your covers.
My mom used to tell me all of these weird stories about monsters, but I didn't really believe anything she said because, that's crazy talk.
It's a world where cultists spend their days pushing papers at the DMV and their nights summoning ancient creatures from the dread beyond.
Seeing maybe something happened down at Cryptocore.
The expert,
Susan Donaldson, the town vet.
the freelancer,
People call me Beth. Hunting is sort of just like a business that I'm in.
the deathless,
Bruce the zombie and his father cast a spell to bring him back.
the initiate,
Donovan Pelayan, part of an ancient order of monster hunters.
the monstrous,
Zeke Solardier. He works for Cryptocore, which is his family's corporation.
It's a town where it's very hard to tell what is real and what is not. Welcome to Baghdad. All of a sudden, the Joy wakes up, sees the creature, and screams. The creature seems to just dissolve, just disappears into like a puff of smoke. And then the door swings open, a big shaft of light comes in, flooding the room, and you see Jason run in and kind of sit on the bed and ask her what's wrong and do kind of the parent thing. Turns on the light as he comes in, and there's nothing there. She's like, it went into the closet. It went into the closet. I mean, you can see this because she's pointing at the closet. There's no sound associated with it, but she's pointing at the closet. And so he opens the closet and there's nothing there.
Oh.
The video stops and they look at you and they're like, if you know what that is, you need to tell us, because whatever it is, it's in our house.
I'm initially speechless, and then I say we have some friends and we need to invite them in to see that video.
Moments later, there's a knock on the door.
I think that's going to require a manipulate someone roll.
I'm rolling.
We're going to calm them right down when they see us.
Yeah.
I got a 10.
You got a 10. Okay. So Margot's like, whatever it takes to figure this out, please, we need your help. I can't even imagine what the police could do. I don't even know how you convince somebody that it's not just like a trick of the light or something, because there's literally nothing there when the lights come on.
I do group text and say, come into the door.
The van opens and the smoke comes out.
You know what? Just because I don't need to be a repairman yet, I'm going to put my monk robes over my repairman costume and go in looking like a monk.
Oh, boy.
Because I think that's better.
Are you sure?
I feel like at any point, anything that we do.
Oh, what am I inviting in? People have to get used to us at some point. Might as well get the journalist on our side.
How did we get here? I'm just.
What's Zeke's outfit for this situation?
Well, so Zeke has already put on his repairman outfit, but being the kind of the oversized, oafish kind of guy, even the extra large repairman coveralls don't fit him all that well. You know, the shirt's kind of pulled open, his hairy chest's kind of poking out, the pants are a little bit snug, so he's...
That could be by design.
Quite true. Quite true. It's a cross between sexy and awkward, and Zeke's just really not quite sure where it all lands, but he's got no choice, so he kind of squirms his way across the road, hoping that the pants aren't just going to split up the back as he gets to the door.
Okay. I'm sorry, I have to do this.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Roll act under pressure.
Who, is that for Zeke?
That's for Zeke.
Oh no.
Act under... Oh no. 7. Do I add anything to that?
Plus cool.
Plus cool. That's a -1. So I got a 6.
Does he get a penalty for that outfit?
So Mark, well, and you've also got an ongoing -1.
Oh, right.
Oh, that's right.
So that's a 5 then.
Yeah, so I would say that the back definitely splits.
Oh my.
Oh my god.
Okay, so this very strange group of people come trouncing into the Thomas family home.
Wait, did I see the pants split? Can I warn him?
I think you heard the pants slit,
Okay.
and then turn around to a very concerned look on Zeke's face.
You know what, Zeke? Maybe you should go back to the vehicle. Do you have any other clothes with
I
you?
have
Like,
a sweater.
Wait.
Oh my goodness.
Bruce the zombie would like to say that he comes out of the van trying to do the Sacha Baron Cohen Bruno. Really tight combat boots, leather, and he sees Zeke and he's like, "You're pulling that off, man. That you make that work."
Thankfully, Zeke had worn that day his Hawaiian print boxer shorts. And so, it's just revealed a little bit of a floral pattern across his derriere there.
Okay,
So,
thank goodness.
Yeah, let's go in. Let's just do it. This kid needs us.
yeah.
So you
Kid
enter.
needs help. I don't know if he needs us.
So you enter. Thomas and Margot are just staring. She quickly does the kind of girls come here motion and takes them off into the kitchen breakfast nook area, which is kind of as far off to the main part of the house as possible. It's well lit. It's there. She's like, "Come on, girls, let's come here." And she pulls out ice cream. She's like, "Whatever I can do to get these girls out of the way of these strange people who have just entered my home." And then Jason walks you to Joy's bedroom.
Bruce will lead the way.
And we showed them the video.
Oh yeah, sure. You can show them the video.
Okay.
Oh, okay, yeah. So we see the video.
Can I do my dark past roll? If it's I'm trawling through my memories to see if I've ever did anything relevant to the case at hand.
Sure, absolutely.
I got a 10. So I have 2 questions. It's a 9 plus a 1 for weird. And my questions are, when I dealt with this creature or one of its kind, what did I learn? What black magic do I know could help here? Do I know anyone who might be behind this? Who do I know who can help us right now? So I ask, when I dealt with this creature or one of its kind, what did I learn?
Do you remember in your trolling over your dad's library of stuff, you remember that there was something about a creature that haunted people while they slept? There was several things that it could be called. There was Dream Eater. Just several different weird things that people had called it. But the one that he had circled was the Boogeyman.
Okay. And my second question, what black magic do I know that could help here? Is there anything I know about the Boogeyman?
You do remember that there had to do something with light, that it was very adverse to light. As a creature of the night, light was not something that it got along with.
Okay, I share the memories that are kind of coming to me, because ever since I saw that image, I've been thinking about what it was that I had seen in my dad's books, and so I share that with the group as we kind of go up the stairs and get to the bedroom.
I'm gonna grab my cell phone and I want to get a picture of the footage of the boogeyman from the recording. And I want to post that in the secure part of my Ancient Order's website, our chat room, and say, any tips or advice for how to kill one of these?
And we can send it to Discord too, right? See if Buffy...
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm...
The Discord? Okay.
That's what I'm trying to do. Yeah.
All right.
Okay. You can do that. It is going to, as with anything that you're going to resource with your Discord channel and your monastic order, it's going to take a little bit of time to get feedback from them.
Okay, sure.
Bruce sends a group text, says, sleepover party.
I'll reply to all with the lights on.
Okay, so are we in the room?
Yeah, you're in the room.
And I'm assuming we don't notice anything.
Just looks like a normal little girl's room.
And we open the closet. Do we see anything there?
It's actually better kept than a lot of little kids' rooms, probably because she's 6 and doesn't have as much stuff as maybe her older sisters do. But there's like shoes, maybe some stuffed animals, boxes of books, and just stuff that kids would have in their closet.
Is it possible that Joy would have any memories or knowledge of this boogeyman that she could share with us to help us if we were to talk to her?
You can try.
Or does Donovan have any moves, like summoning moves? But wait, we don't know how to kill it yet, except the light.
Yeah. Well, because I could exert some mental dominion over Joy.
Oh.
See if that will help her recover some knowledge.
Be gentle.
It's your call.
While we're in the room, what else could we do? I'd like to do investigate a mystery in the hopes of finding any more clues or anything in this room.
All right, go for it.
What do I add to investigate a mystery?
Plus sharp.
Okay. I'm not that sharp. Very weird. Not sharp. 5, 9, 10, 11.
Ooh.
Without any modifiers. Woohoo!
Very nice. And you're rolling 2D, not 3D.
I'm just going to roll one more time.
I heard a lot of dice. And I was like,
Yep.
I know in GURPS we do 3.
Yep. I'm in the wrong game. I'm sorry.
That's awesome.
I didn't mean to cheat. Try this again. It's not as good, but 6 is still pretty good, right?
I'm going to give you a +1 just because you did roll before, and I don't want to take away a successful roll when you've already done it. So we'll split the difference.
Thanks.
You've got one question.
I've got one question. Oh man, I don't want to waste it. Only one?
Yeah, on a 7 to 9, you can ask one question on.
I was setting you up to say yes, and then you could be like, and that was your question. All right. I guess I would like to see if there's some reason that the creature is targeting Joy specifically out of all the children in town or whatever. Why this bedroom? Why this child?
Let's see. What question would that be?
What was it going to do? That's one of the questions. Does that work?
Yeah. What was it going to do? You can't really tell anything from the room, but going back and looking at the video again, you seem to see like how when it's really hot and the pavement kind of emits those heat waves?
Sure.
There's kind of that effect between her and him while he's like stroking her head in the video.
There's some kind of connection, or maybe he's taking some kind of energy from her or something.
That definitely is a possibility, and I would say that I don't know that there's anything that indicates that she is a specific target of this creature.
So everyone, I can tell, having analyzed the video footage, that there's some kind of connection. You can see this rippling effect between the monster and the little girl. There's something going on there on a energy, psychic, some kind of supernatural level.
So since he caressed her head, I'm thinking we need to talk to Joy, because like what Zeke wanted to do, because maybe something has already occurred.
Okay, so the big hairy man with the rip down his back is now going to go talk to the 6-year-old. um,
He's wearing underwear. Don't worry.
he is wearing.
It's not weird.
This is a positive. I love this because if this was a real show, Matt would be having a fit right now because none of this they wouldn't do that.
I'm a stickler for accuracy in all my entertainment.
So how does Zeke approach this?
Has Joy been in the room with us now? Do we need to...
No, she's back in the kitchen with the sisters and a very protective Margot who's not quite sure who these people are.
Okay. So Zeke makes his way back down to the kitchen and kind of wanders in and introduces himself to the family and to Margot, who gets a little flustered at the sight. She knows him, I presume, because he is the son and grandson of the founders of this company, so she's seen him around. So he just lets her know that he'd really love to try and chat with Joy a little bit and see if maybe she could give any more information that can help us figure things out.
All right, so she says, Joy, sweetie, this man wants to ask you a couple questions. Is that okay? And she nods yes. She's drawing on a piece of paper with a crayon and kind of just, drawing a picture a 6-year-old would draw.
Very good. Okay.
It's the picture of the boogeyman?
It is not. There's like little clouds. There's probably like a unicorn that she's working on.
So Zeke wanders over and he sits down next to her, and his pants split further in doing so. His eyes bug out and his face gets red, and Joy looks at him strangely and he says, "That's okay, sweetie. We'll deal with that later. Let me just ask you a question or two." And he asks her if when she awakens after she screamed, she feels any differently, if she has any memories from what she was dreaming about, if she remembers anything. And he kind of exerts his mental dominion over her. He stares into her eyes when asking her this question.
Okay, go ahead and roll for that move.
Alrighty. I got a 6. Roll plus charm, which is a -1.
And then he has another, so he's a -4? So he's a 4?
4. This is quite the power that Zeke possesses.
Can we help out?
What happens on a loss? I feel like something bad happens on a fail.
Well, can you use your luck? Did you want to use a luck?
Use a luck.
Yeah, you can turn your roll to a 12. You just have to spend one of your luck.
How do I know how many lucks I have? Oh.
You got a lot.
You haven't spent any, so you have like...
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
Let's use a luck.
Okay.
Oh, I see. Yeah, right here.
Hold on 1 second. I'm looking for something in my notes.
Yeah, isn't there a special move for using your luck?
Yeah, he gets a special... Like, something happens when he uses luck, and I think it's...
Nice. We summon a unicorn.
Well, I think it might make him kind of a scary creature type thing.
Oh, even better.
Oh boy.
This is going
Getting
so
better
well.
and better. Poor Zeke is having a day.
Moves. Mental Dominion. Okay, so there's nothing special about Mental Dominion, but when you mark luck...
Mark luck to change. Oh, monstrous special. When you spend a point of luck, your monster side gains power. Your curse may become stronger, or another breed disadvantage may manifest.
So he really knows what's happening, if anything.
Oh boy.
How does this affect you? I'm assuming there's like kickback to this. It doesn't work, and so...
Well, so my curse, I do have a curse, and my curse is pure drive. One emotion affects you, and for Zeke, that emotion is lust.
This is going down.
Whenever you have a chance to indulge in that emotion, you must do so immediately or act under pressure to resist.
Fantastic.
Oh my god.
So I have rolled luck, and so Zeke finds himself going through some of these changes that he's experienced before, never though with anybody else around. So he feels himself kind of getting a little bit bigger and stronger, and that hair on his chest is even more prominent through the repairman outfit. He feels his legs growing stronger. That tear has just gone crazy. He now finds himself sitting there, and the tatters of the shirt and a pair of Hawaiian print boxer briefs are all that remain. And he turns to Jason with kind of a lustful look in his eyes. But he knows nothing good can come of this situation. And so he acts under pressure to resist these temptations. And rolls a 6.
Okay, hold on. So let's look at this. So act under pressure is plus cool.
Which for me is a -1.
Okay. And so that's down to 4.
Can we all roll to help out?
Yeah.
Wow.
If I go to Donovan's character sheet, don't you have helping hand?
I do.
You get a +2 to help instead of a... So, like...
Does Donovan want to help here, or is he just anxious to see what happens?
No, Donovan will definitely intercede and say, you know what, Zeke, maybe you should come out to the van and just cool down a little bit before we proceed. And why don't you just come with me, buddy?
But he didn't get the answer to his question.
I was just going to say, 2 questions. Is that something Donovan needs to roll? And do I get an answer to my question first?
Well, no, you don't get an answer to your question because you were doing it with mental dominion.
Oh, that's
and
right.
it
Yes.
didn't work.
But you rolled. But
So
you,
she just
you
kind of
luck to get to roll 12.
Yes.
you did lose luck. That was the problem. Okay, so
my mental dominion should now be quite good because I got a 12, right?
So she actually understands your question, where I think if just left to your own devices, it was a little confusing for a 6-year-old. But because of the mental dominion, she understands what you're trying to say. And so she says, I have a really bad dream. And when I wake up, he's there. And then he just disappears. And yeah, does that answer the question?
It really provides no additional information.
We're trying to find out if she feels anything any differently.
Like if she
there
remembers
was a
the
consequence of that
experience.
connection.
Yeah.
She just feels very tired, and she feels like again, like her dreams are really, really bad. Like she's always scared.
Does she feel like any part of her life force is being slowly drained into the monster?
She's 6.
I don't know.
Can Bruce use his phone to Google investigate a mystery?
But let's resolve.
Okay, yeah, let's do that.
So Zeke nods at Joy for her subtle answer and moves towards Jason with a wanton lust in his eyes, and then Donovan steps between them to help usher.
What did Donovan roll?
That was Donovan's did his helping hand.
Yeah, I'm like, helping hand is a terrible name for the skill in this situation. I got an 8.
Okay.
At this point, I'm trying to get him out of there. Like, let's go outside and cool off.
Right. So you give him a +2, and I think you're going to still need an extra assist. But at least you're at 6 now, which is still not good. But
okay, so Bruce busts out his phone and starts playing that song from the movie Ghost.
That'll help.
And then he also would like to do a help in this situation to increase the... Oh, no. Rolled a 5.
Do you have anything plus cool?
I have a +1 to cool, so that gets me to 6.
Anybody else want to help out?
What are we trying to help out?
So Zeke kind of realizes that this is going off the rails. Like he feels this lust. He's standing there in this tattered repairman shirt and his Hawaiian boxers. He knows that this isn't going to be good. So he uses another one of his moves, the one that he just got recently for having experience, and that's a shapeshifter move. And so
Holy shit! Really?
Yes, yes. And so Zeke is going to change his form. This is something that he hasn't had much of any control over previously, but he's desperate in this situation. He needs to do something to prevent his Hawaiian boxer-clad glutes from just frightening everybody. So he goes to shapeshifter, and Zeke's going to roll to decide. Not sure, how does this work?
You may change your form, decide if you have... I don't think you have to roll. I think it just happens.
Oh, okay. All right. That's what I was wondering. So Zeke musters all of his energy and changes form, and suddenly before them all, in a now very loose pair of Hawaiian print boxers, is a red panda.
Believe me, I was as surprised as you are. Hello, I'm Joe Hogan, the editor of As the Dice Roll. I need to apologize for another quick intermission, but it has been a very busy few days. A quick thank you to Rob Sometimes for getting the cold open to me with such short notice. He really is awesome. This is the first time since quarantine started that I am back to work full-time, and so that also means it's the first time that I am back at work full-time and editing this show. So, over the next couple weeks, we may have some later releases. Hopefully it will still be the same day as scheduled, but you're going to have to be patient with me while I relearn my time management in this new era of back to work. We have a big announcement this week. A bunch of the Geek to Geek Network folks, including myself, will be doing a benefit stream for Extra Life. Extra Life is an organization that unites thousands of gamers around the world to play games in support of their local Children's Miracle Network hospital. Since its inception in 2008, Extra Life has raised over $87 million for sick and injured kids, and we want to be a part of that. So Bama Shocks, who plays Hank on our campaign Cautious Optimism, is going to be running a one-shot D&D 5e campaign on Saturday, August 21st at 11 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time, which is 2 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. I'll be playing in it. Todd, our Cautious Optimism DM, and our resident initiate Donovan will be playing along with his sister Alinzia, who you may be hearing more about in coming months on this very show. So join us as we play games to help kids. If you want more information, you can always contact us on our dedicated As the Dice Roll Slack channel. You can also check out our Twitter at As the Dice Roll RP and our Instagram at As the Dice Roll. You can, of course, email us at podcast@asthedicerollcast.com. Or if you want to leave us a voice message, you can do so by clicking on the link in our website at asthedicerollcast.com. That's it for me this week. I'll be back this Friday, August 13th, with the next episode of Cautious Optimism. But until then, let's see what the hunters are going to do with their newly acquired red panda. Right after a quick commercial break. When toxic culture has you down.
When you're just looking to laugh and have fun.
Kick back and enjoy watching a video game.
Or just make some new friends.
It's time to visit the Geek to Geek Media Network,
a community of podcasters, streamers, and bloggers.
Well, more of a family than a community.
All dedicated to geeking out about the things we love. Things like
video games,
Star Wars,
comics,
movies,
K-pop,
Disney Plus,
Keanu Reeves,
No.
Or whatever our community decides is the next best thing.
That's right. We have a great online community on Slack and Discord where we chat about our weekly geekery with listeners and viewers.
And each other.
Yep, and each other in real time. And we can't wait for you to join us.
So come check us out at geektogeekmedia.com.
And escape toxic fandom for something much more...
Keanu?
Yes, Keanu.
Yep, Donovan's going to keep trying to get him out of the house.
Yeah, and Susie's like, taking the family.
Bruce wants to pet him.
Yeah, Joy is suddenly delighted by this adorable panda creature before her.
What is happening?
A lot is going on.
Oh my god.
And Joy rushes over and is just so excited by this adorable little red panda creature that one would not have thought would be the form this large hirsute Zeke would have become, but in fact it is. And so he stands there in the midst of the kitchen while Joy pats his back.
Okay, I think the family is just kind of staring in disbelief.
I feel like Susie needs to take the family into another room and just,
Wait, no. Bruce is going to turn on some music and he's going to do some interpretive dance to explain to this family who we are, why we are here, and why this is okay.
Can he roll to see whether or not they understand?
Yeah.
There's going to be a, this has gone off the rails. There's going to be a, I'm going to say this is an act under pressure. This isn't even a manipulate someone. This is a trying to salvage this situation. I think Margot has handed Jason a cup of coffee, and she goes, I think we're really tired. And
There's a panda.
go ahead
in the
and roll
kitchen.
for act under pressure.
Okay. Act under pressure. I got a +1 to cool for this. Oh, shit. I lost dice. We got ourselves a 7.
+1?
Yeah, then that'd be an 8.
The keeper is going to give you a worse outcome, hard choice, or a price to pay. So I think the worst outcome is that I think I've only got one option here. I can't really give you a choice. At this point, Jason kicks y'all out.
Okay.
Oh, no.
He's like, you need to get out of my house. Leave.
Thank God.
Margot takes the kids and runs them into the back of the house.
Okay, that's worst case.
Yeah, that's worst case. So out you go.
Thank God.
That's fair.
Are we all kicked out?
You're all kicked out. And I would say that at this point, this avenue of investigation to you guys is closed. They're not gonna work with you.
Wait, I have to say something to them. Like they can't be in that house. Like I want them to go get a hotel, and then we could pose as Joy.
Wait, we're BFFs with the sheriff, right?
You are friendly with the sheriff.
Can we get the sheriff in on this? Can we call him and be like, yo, we just got kicked out of these people's homes for no reason.
Do you want them to tell the sheriff the reason?
I would take the L and I would get out of the house.
Can Bruce ride the red panda out of the house?
I don't know that red pandas are that big.
It is a very strong red panda.
I text Margot and I tell her my advice that I think that they are not safe in that house, that we want to help, and I apologize through the roof, and yeah, I don't know if she responds.
Roll manipulate someone. And I'm gonna say you're at a -1 because that's a lot to handle.
Okay, it's a 9. Manipulate someone. I'm a -1 for cool, so that's an 8, and then you put another -1, so that's a 7.
All right, so it's still a mild success. They do it, but only if you do something for them right now. I think at this point, she thanks you for your advice, but she says, please do not contact us again.
Ugh.
Bruce sends a text to everybody. He's like, I'm so sorry. I didn't realize I smelled that bad. I am so sorry.
Taking full responsibility.
No, Bruce really thinks that's why we just got kicked out of the house. He's totally oblivious to what went wrong there.
All right, so this is just to kind of summarize this fiasco. You did get information, and because of that last manipulate someone roll, Margot and the family are going to go to a hotel for the night, but that avenue of investigation is closed. You cannot. They will not talk to you moving forward.
That's fair.
Could we break into the house that night? That gives us one night in that house.
Yeah, one of us could pretend we're Joy. But I think we need to find out more, because it could be the Dream Eater. It might not be the Boogeyman.
Yeah, we do need to find out how to kill it. So if we do find it.
Yeah, Bruce wanted to do a Google search on what would hurt it.
Oh, that's right. Okay, so roll for investigate a mystery.
Okay. Ah, goddamn dice. Try that again. Try that one.
Good grief.
Bruce purchases a new desk.
11. I'm rolling over here now.
After how many rolls?
Was that 1 for each roll?
You saw it fall off every time, right?
Yes, we did.
Yeah, okay.
All right, so what's the 2 questions you want to ask?
Definitely what can hurt it.
Okay.
And what sort of creature is it?
Okay, so putting in everything that you saw from the video and the fact that, somebody's very sleepy and, that this looks like there's a lot of insomnia associated with it and everything. It lists that there's the Boogeyman, there's the Dream Eater. They're all considered the same kind of creature. And you see a picture of this very slender man in a black suit with a white, sallow, very creepy, grinning face.
He's slender, you say. He's a man
No, a
who is
slender man.
slender.
Oh.
He cannot be the Slender Man because the Slender Man is trademarked by Creepypasta. So it is not, and it is not this tall, skinny person. I would say it looks more like the.
What are we looking at?
He's got him on a website.
Oh, Google.
He looked on like a cryptid website.
Oh, okay.
Everybody's huddled around Bruce's phone.
Yeah, you got to take this with a grain of salt. So it definitely looks to you like it is a boogeyman. And then the other one was...
What can hurt it?
What can hurt it?
Well, we know it's adverse to light, but that doesn't mean that will destroy it.
It says it's adverse to light and only comes out in shadows. It also says that it is empowered by fear. And that's the best I can give you. It is empowered by fear.
Hence going after the little girls.
Okay, well, Susan would be the right person to be in the bed as the guinea pig, because she's terrified right now.
Okay, so is that what everybody's deciding to do? You're going to sneak back into the house?
Yeah, we're going to maybe regroup, find some new outfits, and come back to the house a few hours later in the midst of the early morning hours and put Susan to bed.
At some point during this this prep time or whatever, I would like to say to Zeke, like maybe when we're in the car driving back to get appropriate clothing or whatever, I'd just like to say to Zeke, what happened in there?
Yeah, that was a little bit.
Wait, is Zeke again, or is Zeke still the panda?
So yeah, once they're back in the car, and the van.
Did they just walk the panda waddle to the van?
The panda did his cute little hops over and up into the van. He's in the back, and once they're out of the situation and he's feeling a little less lustful, Jason's no longer there. He does return back to his Zeke form, which means he goes from being the cute red panda back to this large, somewhat oversized, hairy mid-20s dude. Thankfully, the whole time, the red panda did manage to stay in his Hawaiian print briefs. So when he returned, he at least had those to keep his modesty somewhat in the van. Otherwise, though, his repairman outfit is no longer in existence. So he's just sitting there in these little Hawaiian print briefs. And Donovan then asks him this question.
So what happened in there?
Well, ever since I was a bit younger, maybe junior high or something, these strange things have just kind of happened, and I just feel weird, and I kind of get, kind of stronger, and all of these kind of odd physical things, and I just kind of thought, this is just what happens when guy gets a little bit older in high school and college, but they've been getting even more extreme and more crazy, and I've tried to control it, but this just overtakes me.
Do you know why this is happening to you?
I don't. I think it's because I've spent so many years around my family and working in Cryptocore and being there since I was a kid, and that's why I'm so suspicious of what my family is doing there and what's going on, because I can't think of any reason why I'd be having all of these changes other than the amount of time that I've spent at the complex. That's why I really want to figure out what's going on there and what's happened to me. Or maybe
Did something like this ever happen to any of your family, any of your relatives? Do you know?
Not that I know of, but my family is very secretive, and there have been relatives that I've heard of but have never seen. Especially back in the day when my great-grandfather fought in the war and was in Iceland. I haven't heard a whole lot about that. It's all very hush-hush. I just know that that's what they did. I'd like to find out a little bit more about that whole period, what he did there and how he moved from there to Baghdad. There's a lot of strange things in my family.
Well, thanks for sharing that with us.
Next time on What Is Not.
The Thomases are leaving. They're leaving the house empty. This is like the only opportunity.
Well, we have to lure the creature in and then turn the light on.
He falls asleep and he has another nightmare.
Why are you helping them? You've been listening to As the Dice Roll. The As the Dice Roll intro music is The Soap Opera by James Bowers. You can find and license his music through Pond5 at pond5.com. All the rest of the music in this episode is by Darren Curtis and can be found at darrencurtismusic.com. The opening voiceover is by our very own Rob Sometimes. You can find his podcast at comicbox.libsyn.com. And the As the Dice Roll logo was created by Maricel Edwards. Check out her book No Great Matter at msedwards.com. As the Dice Roll is a proud member of the Geek to Geek Media Network. Check out other Geek to Geek shows, streams, and content at geektogeekmedia.com. If you'd like to contact the show, you can send an email to podcast@asthedicerollcast.com. Individual players and GMs' social media can be found on our website at asthedicerollcast.com.